Hey internets, it's the Magic Word with Paul
And Diego again.
and we're going to be talking about the new Eldritch Moon spoilers.
Spoilers.
Of course, the biggest card reveal is
Emrakul. She's returned.
Yeah, it was her all along. You didn't
no.
even know it.
Right. Or maybe some of you did know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I know it. Yeah. Emrakul cost 13 for a 13/13 flying, trampling, protection from instants.
Wow, that's kind of cool so far. Well, I guess that's it on it, right?
But wait!
Oh, okay.
You make her cost less for each card type in your graveyard.
Oh, okay.
There's 8 of them currently. You can make her go down to costing 5 if you just throw a bunch of stuff, including a tribal card, into your graveyard.
That's a big dude to come out for 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do that.
Do that, right?
And she also has, on cast, gain control of target opponent's next turn.
Oh, great.
And then after that, they get another turn that they get to control. So,
kind of a double-edged sword.
yeah, so you get to control their turn. You get to make them waste their stuff. Since she has protection from instants, they can't, end of turn murder or anything like that. So you definitely get to get full use out of her for 1 turn at least.
Yeah.
Then they get another turn, unless you have Stranglehold.
Oh, that's a good strategy. Wow. That's being very greedy.
Yeah, or Ugin's Nexus.
Ugin's Nexus. Oh.
Yeah.
The possibilities are there. So, anyways, what's next?
The next legendary creature that we're going to talk about is Thalia. So we saw Thalia before.
Yes,
She's
yes.
back,
Yeah.
stronger than ever.
I like her better even now.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
she costs a little more. She costs 1 white and 2, and now she's a 3/2 with first strike. And what's her ability?
She has, yeah, you're right, 3/2 first strike. She says that all opponents' creatures come into play tapped, and non-basic lands, too, for your opponents. Now, I've been thinking about some strategies with that, like thinking maybe I might make her possibly a new commander by also putting in Sabo's Web and also Crackdown. Now, what those cards do is Crackdown is a white enchantment that says that creatures power 3, non-white creatures power 3 or more don't untap. And Sabo's Web says all non-basic lands come into play tapped. So right there, and they don't untap. That's the best part. They don't untap. And it's a 2-drop artifact. That's pretty good. So
when they play a non-basic land or a creature with power 3 or greater that's non-white, Thalia is going to tap them, and then those the artifact and enchantment you just mentioned are going to make sure they don't untap. So they just play it and they can't do anything ever.
Yeah, for the non-basic lands that have activated abilities that don't produce mana. And there's a lot of lands out there that do abilities, and if you play EDH, those are pretty good staples to have because someone's going to have them. And if you can shut them down on that, then that's really pretty good.
That's pretty good. The next legendary creature we're going to talk about is Ulrich. He's the legendary werewolf.
Oh, yeah. People wanted that to come out.
Yeah, definitely. So when Arlen Cord came out, people were saying, where's the legend? Where's the legend? Wizards said, this is a planeswalker, and we had to put it in. But they never said they're not going to print a legend in the next set, which,
right.
I mean, they did with Allies in the last set. They printed a red-white one. People were like, oh, I want to play more Allies, so they printed a 5-color one.
Right,
of course,
right.
they knew that they were going to do that before people even saw the red-white ally.
Right.
They already knew they were going to print Ulrich. So he's a pretty good werewolf, I guess. I'm not really interested in a werewolf EDH deck.
The way his abilities came out, I thought they would have done better, and I was pretty excited and had a lot of anxiety to say, oh god, it's going to come out. And when it was finally spoiled, I looked at it and I said, I just lost total interest. So, but if one of you, don't let it discourage you. If you want to pick them up and do all that stuff, by all means do it, and it might actually work. So I could be wrong, but not for me.
Nor I. The next card we have is Brizella.
That name, Paul, I don't know. And then the picture is just ugly.
So Brizella is a combination of Bruna and Gisela.
Yuck.
The 2 angels that were corrupted by Avacyn when she was going crazy.
Yeah.
Bruna and Gisela heard Emrakul's touches
Ew.
or something.
This is getting worse by the sentence.
Some tentacles were seeping into them somehow, and they turned into this monster angel.
Yeah, if you notice on the pictures before they get to the melding, you can see some tentacles coming out of them. At first, I thought they were being attacked in the pictures, but you actually see them because they're angel horrors. You can see they're already kind of mutating a little bit, and when they're together out in the field, they flip backwards and they fuse together or meld together, as they say.
They flip backwards.
Pretty much, it's on the back of the card is the melding thing. They make one giant big card to make that gigantic abomination thing.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting. And it's
flying,
lifelink, trample.
Does it have trample?
I believe it has trample.
I thought you said vigilance.
Trample, vigilance. I think it has 4 of those.
Oh, okay.
At first, I thought haste, but it doesn't have haste.
No.
And the last ability is pretty good. It says that opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less.
Yeah.
So that's pretty viable.
So no murder, so no abrupt decay, so no path to exile,
nothing like that.
Perfecto.
Exactly. Spot removal gets pretty hard at that point.
You have to wrath them, but you're gonna have to wrath them anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean,
right.
It's really good.
That's all it's gonna take. So it's gonna take a while if you don't have a wrath in your hands. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested in those cards. If I get like one of them, I'll actively probably try and get the other. But if I don't get either of them, I'm not going to try and get either.
I think there was a big high anticipation for this part of the block to be really good. But as the spoilers were slowly coming out, I felt, and this is just my opinion, that it wasn't as viable as I thought it was to be that great. Sure, there's, like Paul was saying, that there are some things here and there you can pick out. And this is just my opinion, of course. But I just feel like the entire thing is just too odd.
I think there's still some more uncommons and rares that I'm going to be picking through to get some goodies for my decks.
Yeah.
They always come out with good uncommons.
Yeah, and always make sure to look at those things because some of them are very underrated.
So moving on, the next legendary creature we have is another pair of creatures, just like Brazella. But these creatures are not melded. They are joined together fighting of their own volition. It's the brother and sister, the Jizza and Geralf.
Right.
They are the zombie brother and sis, and they cost 4 for 4.
Yeah, one blue, wizard. 1 black, and 2 human wizard. That's right. When they come into play, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard, and you may cast a zombie on your turn.
Yeah, from the graveyard.
From the graveyard.
Yeah. So I thought instantly of zombie Fleshbag Marauder. That's one of my favorite zombies.
Well, what I thought was Rooftop Storm. Come out for free.
So you're going to cast Fleshbag Marauder for free every turn?
That too. I mean, like, regardless without that.
Oh, just anything.
Because obviously, well, the Flashback is just great because even if you just cast it, hard cast it.
Kind of think Grimgrin is still a better zombie black-blue EDH.
By far, card. Yeah. By a lot, I think. By a lot.
Maybe you could put this in there, but...
It's not a zombie, but... it can support it.
Yeah.
That's just an idea, but I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, we'll see. But moving on to the last, this is not a legendary creature, but it's definitely important in the story because it is Tamio, the researcher.
That's right. She did pop out, didn't she?
Yes. So Tamio's back. She's no longer mono blue.
I know.
Now she is a
band colors.
So
wow.
Green, white, blue, and 1 colorless. Costs 4 for 4 loyalty. Planeswalker. So that's already decent, I guess.
Yeah, 4 for 4. I like that already. Yeah. I think it's +1 to its loyalty. Up to 2 target creatures. Whenever they deal combat damage, you may draw a card, and that's till the end of your next turn.
Yeah. So
it can be any target creature, including your opponents. So that can probably work in a certain strategy depending on the situation.
If it gets political or something.
There you go. Yeah, that always works.
Her -2 is tap 2 target permanents. They don't untap during your next untap step or their next untap step.
Yeah, it kind of freezes them for a turn.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
I kind of thought of using that ability, and then I thought of Nahiri's -2 ability, exile a tapped artifact or creature.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
But then her ultimate...
Her ult? Yeah, definitely. Well, you draw 3 cards. It's -7. Draw 3 cards. And you get an emblem, which is pretty much Omniscience.
what if you didn't have a hand at that time? You spent all your cards trying to make sure she lives. Well, good, because you get to draw 3 more cards.
Right.
Hopefully you draw something that you get to cast for free now.
Hopefully not 3 lands, but yeah, they would still come out for free anyways. Oh, wait. Yeah.
So, those are all the legendary creatures we've seen so far. Maybe we'll see a couple more in the spoilers to come. Until then, we'll let you know. So like, subscribe, comment, 5-star smiley face, and we'll see you next time, internets.